Taylor Swift has made us dance, scream, and celebrate love, but she's also made millions cry, in the best way. Whether it's the heartbreak behind her lyrics, the raw emotion in her performances, or those tearful award speeches, Taylor has a rare gift. She makes you feel everything. In this video, we're reliving the most emotional Taylor Swift moments, the ones that broke our hearts, healed them, and reminded us why we love her so deeply. Get ready. You will cry. The Grammy speech that shattered expectations. One of Taylor Swift's most emotional and unforgettable moments happened in 2016 at the Grammy Awards. And it wasn't just about the trophy. It was about everything that led up to it. Taylor had just won Album of the Year for 1989, becoming the first woman in history to win that award twice. But the moment wasn't just historic. It was personal, powerful, and deeply emotional. Earlier that year, Kanye West had released a song claiming he made Taylor famous. It sparked controversy, public drama, and a media frenzy. Taylor, often quiet during scandals, chose not to fire back in tabloids. Instead, she waited. And then, standing on the Grammy stage in front of millions, she delivered a message, not just to Kanye, but to every young woman watching. With her voice steady but eyes full of emotion, she said, "As the first woman to win Album of the Year at the Grammys twice, I want to say to all the young women out there, there will be people along the way who will try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments. But if you just focus on the work and you don't let those people sidetrack you, someday you will get where you're going." The audience erupted in applause, not just because it was a bold moment, but because it was real. You could see it in her face. She had been hurt, she had been doubted, and she had overcome all of it with grace and strength. It wasn't a diss, it wasn't revenge, it was a message of empowerment delivered with class and clarity. Fans online flooded Twitter and Instagram with praise, saying it was one of the most inspiring speeches they'd ever heard. For many young women, it became a defining moment, a reminder that they too could rise above hate and criticism. But what made it so emotional wasn't just what she said. It was how you could feel the weight behind her words. Years of being underestimated. Years of media backlash. And in that one moment, she didn't cry, but we did. It was more than just an award acceptance. It was Taylor reclaiming her voice. Not through a headline, but from a stage she earned through her work, her talent, and her heart. This wasn't just a win. It was a moment of triumph, and one of the most emotional Taylor Swift moments ever captured on camera. The All Too Well, 10-minute version, a heartbreak in every line. If there's one song that captures the rawest emotion Taylor Swift has ever poured into music, it's All Too Well, 10-minute version. Originally written in the early 2010s, fans had begged for the full version for nearly a decade. And when it finally dropped in 2021, it didn't just break records, it broke hearts. Let's rewind a bit. The original All Too Well released in 2012 as part of Red quickly became a fan favorite. It was never a single, never had a flashy video, but its lyrics cut deep. Taylor painted a picture of love lost, memories that won't fade, and the kind of heartbreak that lingers for years. But when she released Red, Taylor's version, and gifted fans the full 10-minute version, it became clear that the original was just the tip of the emotional iceberg. The longer version revealed details that were more personal, more poetic, and honestly, more painful. Lines like, "And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older. But your lovers stay my age." It wasn't just storytelling. It was confession, vulnerable, brutally honest, and fearless. The song's release was paired with a stunning short film starring Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien. The performances were breathtaking, but it was Taylor's lyrics that stayed with fans. The visuals showed the joy of first love and the devastation of losing it, reflecting the emotional chaos we've all felt at some point, whether we're Swifties or not. Fans didn't just listen, they felt every word. Social media exploded with reactions, fans crying, breaking down lyric by lyric, relating the song to their own heartbreaks. Some even called it a shared emotional experience, a moment where millions were grieving, healing, and remembering, all at once. And Taylor? She didn't just drop the song and walk away. During her SNL performance, standing under a simple spotlight with just her guitar and those devastating lyrics, she showed us once again how powerful stripped-down vulnerability can be. Her voice trembled, her eyes held back emotion, but her presence was magnetic. This wasn't just another song release. This was Taylor reopening an old wound, not for drama, but for closure. And in doing so, she gave voice to so many who've carried heartbreak quietly for years. All Too Well, 10-minute version, isn't just one of her greatest musical achievements. It's a masterclass in emotional storytelling. It's everything fans love about Taylor. Her honesty, her depth, and her unmatched ability to take personal pain and turn it into something beautifully universal. So if you've ever cried to this song, whether in your room, in the car, or during a midnight, scroll through your playlist, know that you're not alone. Millions did, and that's what makes it one of the most emotional Taylor Swift moments ever. Taylor Swift's 2020 speech at the Billboard Music Awards, standing up for women in music. It was October 2020, and the world was still reeling from the effects of the pandemic. But amidst the chaos, there was a moment at the Billboard Music Awards that would go down in history as one of Taylor Swift's most emotional and powerful speeches. That night, Taylor was honored with the Top Artist Award, one of the most prestigious accolades in music. What made this moment even more significant wasn't just the award, but what Taylor chose to speak about in her acceptance speech. This was a time when she wasn't just accepting an award, she was using her platform to speak out against the gender inequality and challenges that women in the music industry face. As she stood on stage, her eyes locked with the camera. She took a moment to collect herself before speaking, clearly overwhelmed by the significance of the award. Not just for her, but for all the women who had fought their way to the top in an industry that often silenced their voices. I want to thank the women who have paved the way for me. I want to thank my fans, who have supported me through every phase of my career. I want to remind young women everywhere that you have the power to create, to stand up for yourself, and to be who you are without apology. Her voice cracked as she said these words, and it was clear that she wasn't just talking about her own experiences. She was talking about every woman who has had to fight for her place in a male-dominated world. In 2020, Taylor had already faced significant battles, from her public feud with her former record label, Big Machine, to the broader conversation about how women are often erased or dismissed in the music business. Her courage to speak out on behalf of her peers resonated deeply with fans, especially those who had witnessed her journey from a country music star to a global icon who wasn't afraid to take a stand. This speech was more than a thank you. It was a declaration, a statement that women in music had long been overlooked and underestimated, and that the future would be different. Taylor was using her platform to call out the system, to demand respect, and to remind the world of the undeniable power of women in the industry. As she finished her speech, the room erupted in applause, and fans around the world took to social media to express how much they admired Taylor for being unapologetically herself, for speaking out, and for continuing to push boundaries. For many, this moment encapsulated the emotional depth and strength Taylor has shown throughout her career, a reminder that she's not just a musician, but a voice for the voiceless, a beacon for those who have been silenced, and a champion for women everywhere. It was a speech that wasn't just about an award. It was about empowerment, resilience, and the importance of using your voice for good. In the years since, this moment has continued to resonate. Taylor's advocacy for women, for equality, and for justice has become an inseparable part of her legacy, and it's a speech that will undoubtedly go down as one of her most emotional, impactful moments in her career. And there you have it, some of the most emotional, heart-wrenching, and inspiring moments from Taylor Swift's career. From heartbreak to empowerment, Taylor has shown us time and again that it's okay to feel deeply and to use your voice for change. Whether you're laughing, crying, or screaming along to her music, one thing is for sure: Taylor Swift will always be there for us, emotionally, artistically, and as a role model. Let us know in the comments which of these moments moved you the most. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more Taylor Swift content.